Several times. I'm not a fan of the FCT minister Wilson Wike. I never liked him until now. The FCT minister Wilson Wike, in the incident that happened yesterday, is the confrontation between him and the lieutenant that was sent by the three-star general, a retired and a former chief of naval staff, is something I want to applaud Wike for. Kudos. I put my thumbs up. I told you earlier, I never liked Wike, but he is now my number one top governor or ministers, whichever one you want to place him. Now, let me detail down what happened yesterday and the implication. I want to tell you that in as much as we are still battling what is currently on ground, that is to say that that's to say about the genocide of Christians. We are still battling that on ground. That Christianity face an existential threat. Now, another threat has been detected. If you are somebody that uses computer very well, this is another threat. And what is the threat? An existential threat on democracy. Nyesome Wike, yesterday's incident, stood. I want you to understand this very clearly. Nyesome Wike stood for constitution, for law and order, and for uphold of justice. Nyesome Wike stood for government, and Nyesome Wike stood for authority. When I say authority, I mean Nyesome Wike is not elected into the position where he is now. He was appointed by the President of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, President Tinubu. So he is acting as an FCT minister based on appointment and directive under the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces. What does it mean? It means that the former and retired three-star general of chief of naval staff is directly under Nyesome Wike when it comes to authority, because this retired three-star um, uh, three-star and general and former chief of naval staff has no local standing, has no status quo, has no jurisprudence, has no rights in matter concerning that land. Now, let me put it together. Allegedly, it was said that the three-star general does not have documented papers. That he does not have documented papers. That's number one. He has to prove it. He has to be brought to justice, to book, to law and order. I plead with the Commander in Chief of Armed Forces. Nobody is above the law. Not even the president is above the law. The former chief of naval staff does not have two heads more than the commoners and all Nigerians. What FCT minister Nyesom Wike was to what he did yesterday, I want to applaud him. He took a brave, infantry, decisive political will to confront these elements in our society that flaunts and I want to show themselves that they are above the law. We are not under military regime and we can never be. It is not accepted. Enough is enough. I do not blame the lieutenant Yerima because he was acting based on orders from the three-star general and he made it clear. So I will not blame him as much. But what I will blame him is his attitude. He did not respect the FCT minister enough. Look at what happened in Magodo when Governor Seolu came to Magodo and he was confronted by the police officer. The police officer gently, you know, involved the governor in a conversation politely. Lieutenant Yerima, do not politely handle the matter. Then, secondly, he was trying to confront. I don't know whether the man, one of the a police officer or um, one of the workers with UK. He was confronting the man. Who are you to confront a civilian? Whose taxpayers are used to maintain you, to maintain the military? You are supposed to serve this nation and not to put heads and shoulder with civilians. You are supposed to serve us. Go to other countries. Go to America. Look at the way they are soldiers. Look at the way they behave. They don't interfere with civilian matters. A soldier in America, in Europe, in any part of the country, submit to the authority of the police. Because as far as you are concerned in civilian affairs and matters, the police has a higher jurisprudence, authority over any matter than the military. It's just that things have been bastardized. That our government will bring in military. That is why this incident is not happening. Because militaries has always been involved where they are not supposed to. So the three-star general must be brought to book, especially if he doesn't have the paper. And this should be a case scenario for all, a case study for every other likely cases. It should not be tolerated. Are we in a military regime? And I actually want to say the comment that Brutai said that Wike should come and apologize to the military officer. That is wrong. It will never happen. I'm sorry to say, Brutai, your judgment is wrong. Not in a civilian regime, not in a democratically elected government. Why should even the military be involved? Why should Brutai involve himself in this matter? It is out of place. He has no say. This is government. The military should be submitted to government. Your your jurisdiction should be to map our territories. We are talking about genocide, the massacres of Christians, the existential threats, and the military, instead of them to be in the Sambisa forest, you have not been able to curtail the terrorists, and now you are fighting civilians. This is nonsense. It is unacceptable. The energy you should use to confront terrorists. Look at the Boko Haram. Look at ISWAP. Look at the bandits, kidnappers. These people are empowering you. Because if you believe that you have done enough, we shouldn't be having a repetition of this scenario, these cases, all over and all over again. Our civilians are killed daily. And all you can do, three-star general, and sorry to say, brutai, all you can do is to involve yourself in civilian affairs. This is beyond you. I don't know why this kind of thing should happen in this country. We respect you as military personnel, but we will not tolerate you involving yourself in our civilian affairs, because your local standard, your status quo, I think this is a misplaced priority. Your priority is to guide our borders, our territories, and ensure that we are not besieged by these terrorists. And because our military personnel, officers, are engaging in civilian matters, that is why these Islamic jihadi terrorists are having upper hands, because they are not facing what they are supposed to do. Can you just imagine a lieutenant, Yarima, having confrontation, talking with the FCT minister? It is beyond your scope of your work. It should have happened in the first place. Please, Winston Wike stood for democracy, stood for constitution, stood for rules and laws and order, stood for governance, stood for even the commander in chief, which all other military should come under. I want to applaud you, my FCT minister. I respect you and I thank you. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. The three-star general has no two heads. He's not more than any Nigerian. He's under the law, and so are we all under the law. If Winston Wike takes other people's, revoke other people's land, he should also revoke your land. Thank you so much.